Hi, beautiful friends. This is Jessica from Good Vibrations, bringing you a mind, body, and spirit reading for the sign of Aquarius. This is Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I hope that you'll stay and become a part of the Good Vibrations community. I do have Instagram and TikTok, all three platforms, G88D Vibrations. If you enjoy different posts, I do offer a variety of different readings on all three of my platforms. YouTube is slow and going, but I hope that you'll give me the time to, maneuver the growth of my YouTube channel. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. This is a non-gender based reading, so anyone's welcome, just as long as you're an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising. It's whatever you resonate with the most. I do currently have available all the earth signs, so if your other placements are in earth, we do have Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus available, and you can look into them. I also have Libra posted. All right, in your headspace, in your mind, ouchie, we have the Three of Swords, and then we have love your story or create a new one. All right, and then we have express love, and then the little charm that comes out is love. So everything in the head space, in the mind space, is talking about love. And in your heart space, in your mind space, you may be feeling unexpected grief currently. Maybe some type of sadness, maybe some of you have had to sever some ties, and it could be severed ties with family members, friendships, even loss of, a job. This could be a breakup, but, mentally you may be going through some sadness and some just unexpected grief. You didn't expect this to happen currently, or maybe you're just we're not expecting the grief, feelings of sadness to be, coming up to be released. We are getting closer to the full moon in Aquarius, which is August the 22nd, 2021. So, this is a time where our emotions start to come up and we start to release. This is the second full moon in Aquarius. We did have one in July. Now we have one in August. This is called, every once in a blue moon, this happens. So you may be mentally experiencing, some type of just, sadness, unexpected grief. You may have gone through some type of, challenge that has broken your heart. And what's happening here, especially through this release, is this is pain that you need to go through mentally to heal. All right, so basically you're just clearing the ground for something new to come, and, expressing your love. There's a lot of love here that needs to be expressed, and, you may need to express that love to yourself mentally, by affirming that you are lovable, and, and to, express to yourself that you need to love your story. All right, love your story, or you need to figure out how to create a new one and how to get out of this state in your mind mentally. So how are you going to turn this grief around and, create something new in your mind for yourself, okay? Because when your mind is healthy, everything around you, is healthy. All right, so we're going to move into the body. And here we have the King of Swords, but in reverse. So we're having a pattern here. We had the Three of Swords, the King of Swords, focus on your material world. So the body is the physical. And then we have what's under that. And another heart comes out. So, okay. So we do have a lot of air energy here, which is mind energy. Air is very, air signs are usually in their head a lot, overthinking. Sometimes they cause a lot of paralysis of analysis because they just can't get out of their thought system. Meditation is extremely beneficial for air signs. Okay, but here you have the King of Swords in your physical body, and here you are being asked to focus on your material world. Well, what's your material world? Your physical body. So you may need to start working on your body physically, what you're doing in the physical. In reverse, the King of Swords is very selfish, okay? Kind of manipulative, very opinionated, and overcritical. So this could be you in your physical form, being overcritical, okay, and opinionated, okay. But the overcritical could be you're being overcritical towards your own self, your own body, your own mind. Maybe you're being overcritical on the material world, focusing on it so much that it's gone to the shadow aspect, and it's become, almost, it's dominated, okay? You may be sharing, in the physical world, your opinions with others way too much. So it's definitely not a balanced energy. This is saying that, there's, cold communication happening. It could also come off as very, ruthless. And, it could be controlling behavior. So what the universe is asking you is what's under all that, what's under the being overcritical, way opinionated, maybe even trying to manipulate. And this could be you doing this all to yourself, okay, in the physical world. It does not mean that you're out there lashing out on people. Some of you maybe you haven't learned how to control your tongue. Maybe you're, releasing these things out of your energetic resonance. Well, like I said, we're entering a time of releasing. So maybe you're releasing the controlling behaviors, and maybe you're releasing being so opinionated all the time, because an opinion is not truth. It may be your truth, but it's not everybody else's truth. There is no one truth. The people who are always out there screaming and yelling, that's the truth, that's the truth. Okay, that's an ego-driven statement. The truth is different for everyone else. Perspective, perception, and accumulation of the way that you were raised, your community. If you're someone who was raised very religious, you may be, yelling and shouting to the world, that my religion is the religion. God is the only way, you should believe my way. Depending on your political views, you may be ranting, oh, my party is the best party and this is what they want, and rah, rah, rah. Okay, so that is being opinionated. And overcritical of other people's belief systems and the way that they were brought up and their own truth, okay? So there may be a creation of separation that you're creating within the physical, and the universe is saying, get off of that. What's under all that? Why do you need to be so overcritical and so opinionated? What's hidden? What is under that? What do you need to work on? Okay, stay in your own lane, and water your own grass. What is under, what you're thinking, the overcritical, the trying to control, the cold communication, what is under the surface. All right, so then we move into Spirit. We have the number 3. And again, swords. So tons of your own energy here, tons of air energy. So you have the swords. The sun will rise again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for this card. Who am I? So there you are. So basically, the universe just kind of laid it out for you. Who am I? What's under that? And you need to express love, okay? Express love towards yourself and express love to others, okay? The opinions are not going to gain any type of love. Being overly critical towards yourself or others is not going to gain anything. There's no gain from it other than, unexpected grief, sadness, heartbreak, cuttings of ties. So here we do have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords talks about, and spiritually, you may feel a lot of anxiety, maybe feeling a lot of despair, overwhelmed. Some of you may be going through a dark night of the soul, which is a spiritual depression, and this is your soul prompting you spiritually to wake up. It is time for you to wake up from your deep sleep. Are you listening? Okay. You may be experiencing a lot of delays. Maybe spiritually you're not growing as quickly as you wished you could be growing, because you may not be healed, because you're still trying to work through healing the wounds. Remember, because there's a lot of harsh words that are happening in your mind. There's a lot of opinions around your energy, just a lot of unexpected grief, and the universe is saying, you need to spiritually, this is what you're trying to find out through the spiritual depression. Who am I? Who am I really? Who am I? Because your soul is prompting you, hey, you need to wake up from this deep sleep. You have been, under amnesia for a long time, and now it's time for you to wake up. And when that, happens, you do fall into feeling overwhelmed because you don't know. It's like you're losing your identity. Who am I? What's under that? What's under all these feelings, everything that I'm going through? And basically what's under that is unconditional love, which is the opposite of everything else, the overcritical, the opinionated, the selfish, the sadness, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the anxieties, the feelings of despair, fear, and, being overwhelmed. Usually people who are fearful are shouting their opinions and being overcritical towards themselves and others because they don't want to be seen. Why don't they want to be seen? Because who am I? They don't know who they are. They don't know what's under the surface of who they truly, truly are. Then we have the number 3. The number 3 talks about communication, learning how to communicate. But also, expression. There's something inside of you that needs to be expressed. It could be an authentic emotion, all right? Or maybe it's like a simple physical movement that's, wanting to be released into the world. Maybe you want to create something, and you're having mental anxieties and fears about moving forward with this because you don't know how, and you're not putting it into action. And the universe is saying to you, you need to do it, okay? You need to do it. And this is also a reminder, how will the sun rise again? Well, you need to remember that you need to socialize. This is 3 is about community. You need to laugh, you need to play. You need to, playing and laughing raises your vibration, okay? It raises your vibration. The easiest way to raise your vibration is to laugh and have fun. And remember, you know, going into that inner child, you know, in the spiritual community, we're always talking about healing the inner child, but a lot of people don't realize that playing and incorporating, you know, and having fun and expressing, you know, your inner child, you know, with your human, because you're collaborating together with all your different aspects and stages that you've gone through. You have the inner child, the inner teenager, the young adult, the middle-aged person, you know, the obviously, you know, the experienced and mature person. So there's so many different expressions of who you are, but the one thing's for sure, that one thing that they all have in common is express love. Okay, every stage was an expression of love. Even if you went through some trials, some challenges, the universe is like, if you can go back, if you can go back to the roots of laughter and laughing and enjoying your life, the sun will rise again and you will discover, who am I? And what's under that, okay? And what's under that. And start expressing love more often. The more love you express to yourself, looking in the mirror mentally, you know, I'm lovable, I deserve love, I love my eyes, I love my hair, I love my legs, I love my body, I love my mind, I love my intellect, I love how kind I am, I love, I love, I love. Start with yourself so that you have the ability to express it to the world. All right, guys, I hope that this message resonated with you, and I hope that you will take the time to like this video, because it helps circulate it through the YouTube algorithm. And as you know, I am trying to get myself out into YouTube. Okay, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for liking, for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for leaving a comment, a positive comment. Thank you. And thank you for taking accountability and responsibility for the energy that you are putting out into this world, into this collective. Please be nice to my friend. Who's my friend? You are. I love you.